Hello everyone, I'm Raven from Raven Comics, and today I bring you a story that takes place after the events of Batman, Endgame. In this case, Bruce Wayne comes face to face with the Joker, and what happens between them isn't a fight. It's something much deeper and more disturbing. They are both ready to have a conversation that will test their beliefs, their morality, and the very nature of their eternal rivalry. It's been 2 months since the Joker released his deadly virus in Endgame in Gotham. 2 months since Batman thwarted his plan and cured the city. But in these months, the city has not healed. Many people have disappeared. The most significant damage is that we may never recover from the loss of Batman himself. After his final battle with the Joker, no one has managed to find him. The only consolation is that he probably died along with the Joker. Everyone agrees that a Gotham City without Batman is an empty and sad Gotham. Batman taught them not to be afraid to be fighters, to be a little crazy too. There is no way to replace the original Batman, but Power Enterprises has just bought Wayne Enterprises. In this way, they seek to work with the mayor and the Gotham government to patrol the city in the same way that Batman did. Jerry Powers, who is in charge of all this, has been preparing all these months to have a replacement for Batman. This will be none other than Commissioner Gordon, the only trustworthy man who could replace him. Gordon doesn't feel ready for this. Besides, he wants it to be clear that he thinks this is Gotham City's dumbest idea. Later, in a small shop, some guys argue about the new Batman and his actions. Many don't care if this new Batman cures cancer or those things. He's not Batman. Some others support the new one, arguing that the old one won't come back. Bruce Wayne arrives and asks if everything is okay. Thomas says everything is normal. Bruce leaves some water bottles and leaves. Later, he arrives with wine Madison. Bruce comments that he came early to work because the air conditioner needed work. There's a bit of love between them. Bruce goes to another room where someone else is waiting for him. It's Commissioner Gordon, who says they need to talk. He asks who he is. Gordon says it's simple. He is Batman. This may seem a bit strange, but here they are. Gordon is Batman and needs his help. Bruce says he has seen Batman on the news wearing a new suit. That's all he knows, and he doesn't think he can help him. This seed is being manufactured to be sold to bad people. The sales are specifically in this neighborhood where he works. Every day, these things give their users terrible abilities, and each seed seems more powerful than the last. Bruce doesn't understand why he's saying this. Gordon says he's the key to Batman. At least he is to Gordon. The suit he uses was developed by Bruce Wayne's technology. When Powers absorbed Wayne Industries, they took over the suits. Even so, it is still Bruce's technology. He hoped Bruce would help him reconfigure the suit or something, so he could be like Batman. But privately, everything Gordon is doing is tracked by Powers and monitored by the police. He's a kind of sentinel, but Batman needs to do something more. He has a bad feeling about these seeds, and also about Mr. Bloom, who must be the one behind all this. To Bruce, this is funny. This is a recreation center that was created to be a safe place. Here, children can come to talk quietly. Bruce doesn't think about helping him. Whoever he was before, now he is no longer that person. He can't be. These children here at the center are what matter to him. He's trying to build a life using basic bricks. Julie arrives and asks if everything is okay. Gordon says yes. Everything is fine. Julie asks Commissioner Gordon to stay for lunch. She almost didn't recognize him without the mustache and those new muscles. Gordon has to leave. Even so, he leaves the seed to Bruce. Madison asks what he wanted. Bruce says nothing. He just has the wrong guy. Outside the recreation center, Superman is with Alfred watching Bruce Wayne. Clark can't believe it and says that he is not Bruce. Alfred says the opposite. That man is the one and only Bruce Wayne who ever walked the earth. If that's the case, Clark wants to know what happened to the old Bruce. Okay, I know many of you must be confused by all this, but here we will find out what happened after his battle with the Joker. They say a father can feel when his child leaves the earth. Alfred never believed that, but when that cave collapsed on him and the Joker, he could feel it. Many hoped he was still alive, but Alfred knew the truth. The call came 3 weeks after his disappearance. He was waiting for it by the boiler, ready to burn the clues from Batman's mission. Julie found his body intact, ready to come home. So Alfred drove to the home to pick him up. The man he had raised from a baby and then a young man had to take care of him once more before he could rest in peace. When he arrived for him, he was greatly surprised. Bruce had come back to life. Julie couldn't understand it. She had him in a sack. They were closing the zipper when he simply woke up. Returning to the mansion, Alfred examined his brain. Batman died after his fight with the Joker and had been dead for hours. Then he was healed by Dionysus. His brain is completely different. The substance entered through his broken skull, repairing the dead tissue. Now he is someone renewed, but without memory. Alfred had to tell him his past. That was one of the most terrible things he has done, making him go through the tragedy of his parents until the moment he became Batman. Alfred was about to tell him the last truth. Open the last and worst door. Before doing so, Bruce interrupted him. He had heard enough. He doesn't know what happened, but definitely, he is not that Batman. What Alfred says are pure lies. When he was a child, he loved his parents, although he doesn't really feel their loss. 3 days later, Bruce told him that he didn't want to be that man he was. Still, he wants to help children in his own way. Immediately after, Julie Madison arrived at the mansion to see how Bruce was, his girlfriend from youth. He was working with children. Superman knows he has to tell him the truth. He is not Bruce Wayne. He is Batman. If Alfred doesn't act, then Superman will. Alfred tells him to do it. He has to fly and tell him the truth, keeping something in mind. Bruce has no combat skills or training, because all that is gone in his memories. In his brain, there is no experience. He can ask him to be Batman, and he won't know how to do it. Batman was born from the screams of an alley. Those feelings no longer exist. Superman doesn't believe that. Batman always has a solution. A way back, Alfred asks him to follow. He didn't bring him to this place to show him images of the brain. This here is Batman's last invention. This is a machine developed to ensure there is always a Batman. But even with all his genius, he couldn't finish it. It would use his DNA to grow each successive Bruce Wayne until the age of 20. The conversation ends, not without first asking Superman to leave Bruce Wayne alone. He is better than ever. Later, in a park, Bruce was taking a break. Someone unknown arrives and upon seeing him, recognizes him as Bruce Wayne. The person keeps him company for a bit. Bruce tells him he was in a car accident nearby. To him, it is funny because he was too. Bruce asks if they know each other. This was none other than the Joker, who tells him he is only here to fight him to the death. Bruce Wayne is surprised. The Joker has to clarify. He is here to fight for this bench. Of course, it was just a joke. It seems both of them love this place equally. It's like an island of peace in the center of the universe. Bruce tells him it is. Or at least it was. The Joker throws food to the fish. This place used to be infested with bugs. Maybe by some Gotham villain. Maybe naturally. Either way, it was a hellish place. The rumor was that there was some kind of giant parasite that fed in the mouths of the fish and bit off their tongues. Then they replaced the tongues with themselves. Bruce tells him he has to go. So the bench will be the Joker's. The latter wants to show him something before he leaves. It will only take a minute. The Joker pulled out a gun. Bruce Wayne is surprised. The Joker apologizes. He was just trying to say something. He didn't mean to alarm him. See, he was also injured in the Joker's attack and is one of the last rescued. All that simply changed. At first, he felt lost. He didn't know who he was. It felt like building a new life. You have a purpose, and then that life, whatever it was, is shattered. So why start again? He bought the gun and came here to use it on himself. He had it in his mouth. Sometimes, when he smiles, he can still taste the metal. Then he realized how peaceful this place was. As if he couldn't shoot the gun. As if it were the only place where a gun should not be fired. So he started coming every day. Now he works in a butcher shop. He has an apartment and is happy. He looks at Bruce Wayne as if he is lost and possessed. The Joker asks him not to be who he was before. Bruce doesn't understand what he just said. The Joker doesn't want Bruce to be the same again. That's why he's here. That's what he came to ask. Bruce grabs him by the coat and asks how he knew who the Joker was. He tells him he is Bruce Wayne. Can he stop trying to make him be like before? Bruce asks if he thinks he would be like before. Now he has a girlfriend and a normal life. Why should he be like before? The Joker was only talking about the lake. Bruce runs Wayne Enterprises. Before the accident, he only worked with big dilemmas and threats. Now it seems he cares more about the small things. Like this place. He came to ask for his influence to keep the lake from being infested again. Sometimes he can hear the bugs laying their eggs. Bruce tells him he is no longer the boss of Wayne Enterprises. He can't do anything to keep things as they are. But if he goes back, what the hell is the point if he's not going to stay? In the end, everything will collapse. The Joker tells him that maybe he's right, or maybe that's all there is. We make the best of what we have and move forward. We were here and that's enough. So even if he leaves or does something ugly again, maybe it's okay. But then again, they could abandon each other while moving forward. The Joker gets ready to shoot himself in the head, when suddenly there is a big explosion. Bruce Wayne turns to see what's happening and worries about them. A newlywed is tied up in the streets of Gotham. This here is Mr. Bloom, and he is about to announce something new. The city is going to die. Gordon, in his role as Batman, couldn't do anything to stop the villain. Seeing this, Bruce Wayne starts running. It's as if something inside him has been activated. Alfred was at the mansion watching the news when suddenly someone breaks down the door. Alfred didn't want this to happen, and he starts crying. Bruce Wayne is back and wants him to take him to his cave. We start at Wayne Manor. Bruce has just arrived with Alfred and asks him what is behind the clock. Alfred tells him there is nothing Bruce knows that leads to the caves underneath this place. When Alfred was telling him his story, he felt he was afraid because he knew he had a secret. That was why he stopped him. He wasn't the Bruce of before. They weren't his secrets. Now he knows he can't help but go back. There's something behind that door, and he has to see it. Alfred begs him not to go down there. After a struggle, he tells him he's not going down to that place. He doesn't have to. He's not the one from before. He died, and he died fighting that monster. The city gave him back. He's their boy, and he can't go back. There's nothing for him down here. You have to let Jim Gordon be the hero. Besides, he destroyed his machine. Bruce tells him that Mr. Bloom just beat up Jim Gordon on live TV. He may have died. There's chaos outside. Alfred tells him that someone else can fix it. Alfred is desperate and gets down on his knees to beg him not to do it. Bruce tells him that he is Batman, and it is time to take him to his cave. There is no choice but to take him down. Gotham City is being destroyed. Bloom is holding the city hostage. Bruce has to see if he has any chance of taking down his opponent. Arriving at the Batcave, Bruce asks how his machine worked. He wants to use it even though it is destroyed. Alfred tells him that it never worked. With the machine, he was supposed to be able to create one Bruce Wayne after another, so that each one would be better than the last. But in all the simulations he did, the patient died from the shock of the trauma he inflicted on them. Batman was too heavy for another living mind to handle. The project was a failure. Bruce could use the machine to implant Batman's memories into his mind, but that would surely kill him. Bruce tells him that something new could happen. A Batman could be born without the trauma, something better than he ever was before. Alfred tells him that it won't work anyway, because he already destroyed the machine's server. Bruce knows that if Batman is everything they say he was, then he should have kept a backup. Out of nowhere, the servers are activated purely by chance. Bruce said the words he had to say to reactivate the system. Although the server tells him that the machine will not be able to function in the current state. After a little searching, the computer finds a solution where we'll first have to activate the Alfred protocol. Bruce orders to activate it. The Alfred protocol is a complete backup of the memory disks. The last update was just after the final attack of the Joker. Bruce named this protocol Alfred because he is the one who always healed him when he fell. Alfred doesn't want the Bat to come back. Besides, what will happen to Miss Madison? Bruce tells her that he is already thinking about his life, about love. If this doesn't work, Alfred has to tell her that he loves her and he's sorry. But he has to try everything he could to help the people out there. She has to understand Alfred has always been there for Bruce from the beginning of both of their lives. He's the one who has always been there to help him become what he is now. Because he's the only one who understands, Bruce couldn't live with himself, knowing what he knows now and running away without trying to save his city. Alfred has to believe in him, believe he can make it all work again, believe he can be a better Batman than he was before. Now he has to start the process. They've already wasted too much time. After a hug, Alfred activates the machine. The machine is activated and Bruce begins to suffer. This is too much for him. Also, his vital signs indicate that he may die at any moment. The machine is tearing his mind apart. Alfred asks him to listen to it. This is not going to work. If he continues, he's going to die. Every time he restarts the machine, he puts himself on the brink of brain death. The living brain can't take what Batman was. Every time they beat his mind against him, they shatter him more. Alfred is not going to stand here and watch him die. Even the man he was understood that he could not try beyond death. Alfred spent his entire adult life with the desperate task of encouraging flashes of light. He spent his second life waiting for the return of the real Bruce, the one who never stepped foot in Crime Alley, and is now asking him to play the part of the Trigger Man when Joe Chill killed his father. Bruce tells him that's the only way he'll be able to come back. The Bat was born in that alley, and he has to live it all over again. Alfred doesn't want to do it and will turn off the machine right now. He doesn't want to be the one to kill him by making him remember that moment. Maybe Alfred won't do it, but Julie will. She wants Batman back. Mr. Bloom is on the streets causing chaos, tearing the city apart. Julie activates the button and Bruce receives a strong impact. This is about to cause brain death. Alfred tries to stop the machine, but it's all too late. Bruce is gone. Madison doesn't believe it's possible and is adamant that Bruce can come back. He is important to Gotham. Suddenly, there is a burst of light and a large number of bats appear. The process is complete. Alfred asks him if he is back yet. If so, you need to know that you have been away from the city for a long time. They are currently under threat. Bruce tells him that's enough. He has to save those comments for the car. It's time to go to work. The time to return has come. It's been a good break. But the city calls. They need their Batman back. Batman abandoned them when they needed him. However, he's about to return, and he'd better give them the best he's got. He'd better give them what they're waiting for. And then give them more. He's got to give them the Batman they deserve. The city's in chaos. No one's managed to take down the current menace. The new Batman, Jim Gordon, is all but finished and about to be killed. Before that happens, Batman manages to arrive in time to rescue him. The Bat asks him who was the one who died and turned him into Batman. Batman kills the first threat that was about to defeat Gordon. Alfred has no choice but to welcome him. Gordon brings Batman up to speed on the situation. Mr. Bloom has the ability to produce high-quality robotic seeds. These grant powers to their users, but this is in exchange for their lives. For weeks, it was distributing seeds in the neighborhood. Now there are many contaminated. On top of that, he seems to be emitting some kind of electromagnetic pulse, forming a big star. The energy from this comes from the seeds people took. Bloom is channeling it in the form of lightning. Practically, he is creating a strange energy that could destroy the entire area, probably the city as well. Batman knows that Bloom must have some kind of transmitter in his body, some kind of seed that absorbs the power of the other seeds. As long as people keep consuming it, the more powerful the enemy is going to become. Batman will do this his way, and he will do it alone. So, he ties Jim Gordon to a helicopter. The handcuffs have a GPS. When he gets to the hospital, he will let him go free. Batman retires, and Gordon wishes his old friend good luck. On the streets, Mr. Bloom is taking people's energy. The new sun grows and will increase until nothing can stop it. Perhaps his plan might have worked had it not been for Batman arriving to stop him. The villain is honored and likes his new suit, new cape, and new gloves. Batman is partial towards the boots, saying that he attacks him from behind. Batman finds the seed that receives the energy transmission in his back. The Bat is about to finish him off, but first someone stops him. Batman was stopped by an army of bats that was created by the Powers companies, same that were created when they absorbed his company. Now they are against Batman, since Mr. Bloom is also controlling them. For Batman, this is strange. It seems that he was absent for a long time. On the other hand, Gordon is in the helicopter. He will not go to the hospital until he helps Batman to end this threat. They have to remove Mr. Bloom, the main seed of his back. Mr. Bloom, seeing that the helicopter has not left, will go after Gordon. Meanwhile, Batman will have to take care of other business. That is because old friends have just arrived for him to play with. Batman finishes off two of them by blowing them up, but their passage is interrupted by a larger armor that Batman will have to face. Elsewhere, Jim Gordon has arrived for another of Batman's armor, the Project Armor. If you're wondering how Gordon managed to get out of the helicopter without going to the hospital, well, he got out with everything and the door where he was tied. Gordon insists on helping Batman, and the only way he finds to do so is by using the armor, which has an energy blocker capable of counteracting the attacks of Mr. Bloom. But before activating it, Mr. Bloom manages to get to him. Gordon escapes from his attacks. Bloom tells him that no one will be able to stop his plans. Today, there will be a new dawn. After this, the city will be a beautiful and wild garden, a city with flowers. Out of nowhere, someone arrives and gives a strong blow to Mr. Bloom. The one who hit him was Batman, wearing a huge suit of armor. The Bat tells him that he has his flowers right here. He then gives him another blow with which he manages to knock him down. The people of the city are shocked to see who is back. Batman already realized that Gordon didn't go to the hospital, so he'll have to do his part. While Batman will try to remove the seed from his back, Gordon will go for the armor to try to turn off that energy star. Surprisingly, Mr. Bloom manages to get up and pierces Batman's armor with a single attack. Bloom thought Batman would be on his side. Now he just sees that he's another one of them, a damn gardener, probably someone rich and privileged. That will end right now. Batman receives more heavy attacks and falls to the ground. Batman's suit levels are catastrophic. Mr. Bloom picks him up and tells him that he is the hero of the people. He is the only one strong enough to see what this city is, a fallacy, a construct to be torn down, so that the people can be free. Batman tells him that he knows nothing about this city. Mr. Bloom is ready to finish him off once and for all. Suddenly, he is shot down. Someone shot him down using missiles. Batman asks who it was that helped him. He received help from someone who wants to help him. However, now it's Batman's chance, who throws himself on Bloom to finish off the seed on his back. Bruce tells Gordon that the star is getting bigger and bigger. He has to go out and make it disappear. The transmitter has been destroyed, yet Mr. Bloom is still alive. He asks him if he thinks that destroying his transmitter is going to darken his new sun. Many people have already taken the seed, so there is no need for the transmitter because everything is in the air. Immediately, Bloom stretches out his fingers to destroy the airship where Duke Thomas was. He was the one who shot it down with those missiles. Duke takes advantage of this to activate the ship's magnets and cause Bloom to become trapped in the ship. Elsewhere, Jim Gordon has managed to put on the suit. Jerry Powers communicates with him and asks him to leave the building. Gordon was about to do so, but first he will pick up an old welcome gift. This is the Batmanium, which will be able to function as a superconductor. The airship starts to burst into flames. Duke has no choice but to jump and use a parachute, but not before aiming the airship to where the big star is. To his misfortune, as he falls, Mr. Bloom destroys his parachute. So we see him in a free fall and a certain death. Batman had taken advantage of his enemy being in trouble to get out of his armor and rescue Thomas. The people of the city are shocked to see that the real Batman is back. The blimp continues on its way to the big star where it crashes, causing a huge explosion. Mr. Bloom is completely absorbed by a blinding light. This is not over yet. They finished off the villain, yes, but the star was already self-sustaining thanks to the energy it had received. This is where Gordon comes in. He takes the Batmanium and puts it in front of the big star. In this way, it amplifies the blocker that his suit had, thus ending Mr. Bloom and all his plans to make a garden in Gotham City. Days later, Gordon recovers from the attack in a hospital bed. With his mustache already grown, he receives a visit from Jerry and Jarvis. Finally, they inform him that his recent actions have convinced the public to reappoint him as commissioner. To process this news, Jim leaves for a moment to the fire escape where he meets Batman. In front of his friend, Jim apologizes for not stopping Bloom before he caused a Joker-like tragedy. Batman points out to him that Bloom was no match for the Joker, since anyone who had lost hope in the city could become the new villain. Although the Dark Knight thanks him for what he did for the city in his absence, Gordon also apologizes for forcing him to abandon his life as a normal person. Batman confesses to him that the man he once was had died some years ago. Batman has to retire. Gordon knows he's already left his mark on the city, and it's not easy to do that. It's not easy to gain recognition from all these people. He is Batman, and the rest of the citizens have to do what they can do to say they were in this city. But if Batman is back, then it means that someone else will be too, and the Joker, who was thinking of ending his life, decides not to do so and to return at some point in the future. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.